Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Integrated Physics Studies IPS. एथिरे मु ऑलरेडी प्लस टू सेकेंड इयर सिलेबस कंप्लीट कर सारी एवं मु प्लस थ्री CBCS फिजिक्स ऑनर्स जीई और MSc फिजिक्स ऑनलाइन क्लासेस रो वीडियोस अपलोड करुच्ची जदि भल लगिला ताले वीडियोस को लाइक कर देबा और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देबो यू कैन शेयर इट विथ योर फ्रेंड्स आल्सो इट्स कंप्लीटली फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट लेटेस्ट वीडियो नोटिफिकेशन पई बेल आइकन को एठी ऑल रे सेट कर देबो तापरे वीडियोज रो क्लैरिटी बढ़ावा पई गो टू सेटिंग्स क्वालिटी एडवांस उपरे क्लिक करी यू कैन इंक्रीज द रिजोल्यूशन सबू वीडियोज पाई पीडीएफ नोट्स मु पठेबी जोटा एठी ड्रॉप डाउन लिस्ट को क्लिक करी यू कैन गेट द लिंक फ्रॉम द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स तापरे मोर चैनल नेम को क्लिक कले सबू वीडियोज को मु यूनिट वाइज एच पार सिलेबस सजाई की रखिथिबी व्हिच यू कैन गेट फ्रॉम द प्लेलिस्ट एठी सर्च करि परिबो ओके थैंक यू हेलो स्टूडेंट्स आज रो टॉपिक रे हमें मेजर ऑफ डिस्पर्शन यार बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन विषय रे देखिबा जो थरे कि आज हमें रेंज विषय पढ़ा सो आमे जिते बड़े मेजर ऑफ सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी देखुला एक्चुअली दैट वाज गिविंग अस some idea about the concentration of observation about the central part of the distribution okay से distribution रो central part रे जो observation गुड़ा अछि ता विषय रे measure of central tendency होउतला but in spite of their great utility in the statistical analysis they have their own limitations सेटा भी हमें देखिला now if we are given only the average of a series of observation ताहले we cannot form the complete idea about the distribution को हिसाब रे distribution ता हबो ता विषय रे हमें complete idea लगेई परिबा नहीं why because there may exist a number of distribution whose averages are same but which may differ widely from each other in a number of ways. For example, हमें जदि देखिबा we take three numbers of series A, B, C having 9 items. Suppose series A रे सबु item को हमें कहला 15. Okay. So एठी total हेगला 135 mean हेगला 15. Similarly series B रे 11, 12, 13 so on up to 19 एठी भी total 135 mean हेला 15 and the series C which is having elements like 3, 6, 9 so on up to 27 एठी भी 135 mean हेला 15 so हमें देखिबा को पाउछु here in all these three series A, B, C they have the same total number that is 135 and the same mean that is 15 having the same size that is n equal to 9 so ei tinta series ro jodi ame kebolo mean au तार टोटल टा जानिचु माने ऑब्जर्वेशन संख्या यदि जानिचु then we cannot determine if we are talking about the series A or B or C. So in fact any series of 9 items with total 135 will give a mean of 15. Obviously 135 divided by 9 is equal to 15. Thus we may have a large number of series with entirely different structures and compositions but having the same mean. Okay, so for this illustration it is obvious that the measure of central tendency are inadequate to the description of distribution completely. So in other words George Simpson and Fritz Kafka okay say कहले कोन an average does not tell the full story and it is hardly fully representative of a mass unless we know the manner in which the individual items scattered around it. Okay, so scattering by dispersion kotha ethi asila. So a further description of the series is necessary if we are to gauge how representative the average is. Okay, so dispersion माने एठी हमें बुझिबा कोन ना यार literal meaning हला scatteredness. Okay, so we study dispersion to have an idea of the homogeneity that is the compactness or heterogeneity that is the scatter of the distribution and in the above illustration we say that series A is stationary because setire sabu element 15 thila that it is constant and so no variability. Series B is slightly dispersed and series C is relatively more dispersed. Okay, so we can say that series B जोटा ऊपर हमें देखिला more homogeneous or more uniform as compared to the series C, okay, which is more heterogeneous than P. So different definitions are there. Okay, first যদি আমরা definition টা দেখিবা, dispersion is the measure of variation of the items as stated by A.L. Bowley. Similarly, different mathematicians have given their own definition about the dispersion. Okay, moving further, let us now see what are the various objectives or significance of the measures of dispersion. ମୁଁ just ୟାର basic point ଗୁଡ଼ା କହୁଛି. Number one କହୁଛି ଯେ to find out the reliability of an average, and then to control the variation of data from the central value, then to compare two or more sets of data regarding their variability, then to obtain other statistical measures for further analysis of data. Okay, so ये गला objectives. Now the characteristics of an ideal measure of dispersion. Common characteristics: it should be rigidly defined, should be it can be easily calculated and easy to understand. Okay, it should be based on all the observations, should be amenable to further mathematical treatment. It should be affected as little as possible by the fluctuation of sampling. Then it should not be affected by much your extreme observations. Okay, so या विषय आम डिटेल आपको भी देखा. नाउ दुई प्रकार आम फास्ट कथा है मेजर ऑफ डिस्पर्शन को क्लासिफाई जदि करवा. गोटे है एब्सोल्यूट, गोटे है रिलेटिव. सो द मेजर्स ऑफ डिस्पर्शन व्हिच आर expressed in terms of the original units of a series are called as the absolute measures, and such measures are not suitable for comparing the variability of two distributions which are expressed in different units of measurements. तापर relative जदि देखिबा, relative measures of dispersion are obtained as ratios or percentage and are those pure numbers which are independent of the units of measurement, and for comparing purpose of your variability of two distribution, even if they are measured in the same units, it can be useful. Okay, so we can compute the relative measures of dispersion instead of the absolute one. Okay, तापरे further एटा तो कहला हमें measure of dispersion दुईटा हिसाब रे क्लासिफाई हेची, किंतु कैटेगरी जदि देखिबा measure of dispersion रो, okay, it can be classified into 5 types. गोटे है range, गोटे है quartile deviation or semi interquartile range, then the mean deviation eta tame shunithibo, then the standard deviation, and the fifth one is the Lorentz curve. Okay, so first two measures jota hochi ki range or quartile deviation are termed as the positional measures, since they depend upon the values of the variables at particular position of distribution. Our last measure जोटा होची Lorentz curve is a graphic method. Okay, curve अछि, graphic method इति आसीबो for studying the variability. Okay, so first एबे हमें देखिबा about the range. देखो जे कोनोसी हमकु डाटा देला, गोटे ऑब्जर्वेशन देला, ताले रेंज कहले हमें कोन बुझिबा, स्टार्टिंग वैल्यू और एंडिंग वैल्यू दुई भितरे केते हमरो गैप अछि, right? So range is the simplest of the all measures of dispersion, and it is defined as the difference between the two extreme observation of distribution. So in other words, range को हमें कहि परिबा the difference between the greatest, that is the maximum, and the smallest, which is the minimum observation of the distribution. So mathematically range is equal to x max minus x min. Okay, further आमे जदि याकू further investigate करिबा, we can have some absolute and relative measures of range. Okay, so ता थ्रू आसीबो गुटे पुणी कोन कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ रेंज. कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ रेंज कहले देखो एठी एटा तो आसीगला न्यूमरेटर टा सिंपली एटा रेंज को सूचौची, तळे किंतु x max plus x min हेगला. Okay, so x max minus x min divided by x max plus x min will give you the coefficient of range, right? So in other words, the coefficient of range is the ratio of the difference between the extreme observation, that is the biggest and the smallest of the observation of the distribution, to their sum. Okay, so common practice re here we use the coefficient of range even for the comparison of variability in distribution, which is given in the same units of measurement. Okay, further we have also quasi range. Okay, then the effect of change of origin, all these you can simply read it out. I'm going towards the problem. Okay, before that, yes, there is also some merits and demerits about the range. Okay, this you can also have a brief lookout. Okay, like range is not based upon the entire set of data. Range is very much affected by fluctuation of sampling. Okay, the smallest largest observation distribution unaltered ରହୁଛି or other values are replaced by a set of observation within these values. Okay, ମାନେ ଯଦି x max ଆଉ x mean ଏଟା ସମାନ ରହିଲା, ବାକି ସବୁ ଡାଟା ଯଦି ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଉଛି ତାହେଲେ ବି ରେଞ୍ଜଟା କିଛି ବି ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଉ ନାହିଁ. ଓକେ, ତାପରେ range cannot be used if we are dealing with open end classes, and it cannot be suitable for mathematical treatment. ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ shortcoming କ'ଣ, range ଯଦି ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା it is very much sensitive to the size of the sample, right? Okay, now ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ରେଞ୍ଜକୁ ଆମେ କେଉଁ ଜାଗାରେ ୟୁଜ୍ କରିବା, ଓକେ, ଯଦିଓ ଆମେ ଉପରେ ବହୁତ ଗୁଡ଼ାଏ ଲିମିଟେସନ୍ ଦେଖିଲା, ତେବେ ରେଞ୍ଜର ବେସିକ୍ ୟୁଜ୍ ଯଦି ଦେଖିବା, ଭେରିଏସନ୍ ଲାଇକ୍ ୟୋର୍ stock market fluctuation, variation in money rates, rate of exchange ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ୟୁଜ୍ ହୁଏ. It is also used in industry for the statistical quality control of the manufactured product by the construction of R chart, that is the control chart for range. Okay, ଆହୁରି ବି ବହୁତ ଗୁଡ଼ାଏ ୟୁଜ୍ ବା applications ଅଛି. Okay, so as I said, now let us move towards the problem. It is a very simple problem. ଏଠି range ଆଉ coefficient of range ବାହାର କରିବାକୁ କହିଛି. ଡାଟା ଦେଇଦେଲା monthly earning. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 up to 12 months ଦେଇଛି, ଆଉ 12 months ର earning ଦେଇଛି in terms of hundreds rupees. Okay, so ଏଠି largest value କୁ ଆମେ first ଦେଖିବା, ତାହେଲେ it is 175. Okay, in terms of 100 ଦେଇଛି, so 175 100 ହେଇଗଲା largest value. Smallest value ଏଠି ଯଦି ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା, it is 139, so that it is 13900. ତାହେଲେ simply maximum ଆଉ minimum କୁ minus କରିଦେଲେ ଆମେ range ପାଇଗଲା this much, which is 3600. Similarly, coefficient of range, as I said, এই जो range पाइला divided by its sum जो maximum और minimum रो, ताले 0.115 ଆସିବ यार आंसर. ओके, फर्दर गोटे एग्जांपल, एठी डाटा क्लास इंटरवल रे दउची, किंतु देखो एठी मार्क करो एटा कंटीन्यूअस नुहे. तो फर्स्ट हमको कोन करिବାକୁ पड़िबो, याकू कंटीन्यूअस बनेବାକୁ पड़िबो. सो एटा को हमें 0.5 फैक्टर आनिबा जदी, ताले प्रथम क्लासटा हे जिवो 15.5 रु 20.5, तापरे 20.5 रु 25.5 and so on. So last class हबो 30.5 रु 35.5. So minimum हैला 15.5, maximum हैला 35.5. माइनस कर देले हमें रेंज पाइगला, which is in terms of years, that is the age. आउ कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ रेंज दुईटा को ऐड कर दबा, जदी तळे भाग करिबा ताले 0.39 यार आंसर आसीबो. यार गोटे सेकंड बिट दउची, जदी वेरिएबल होउची दुईटा x और y which are related by this equation, रेंज जदी हेगला x रो 8, ताले रेंज y रो केते, सिंपली ए इक्वेशन रु y रो वैल्यू बाहर कर दियो. ओके, आफ्टर calculating the value of y, तमे कोन करिवो, एठी सिंपली 3/2 रेंज ऑफ x दे दियो. ओके, सो देखो एठी 3/2 रेंज ऑफ x माने ए जो 5/2 टा एठी हिची, एटा यारो किछि मतलब नै. ओके, y इक्वल टू 3/2 टाइम्स ऑफ x, सेति कि हमको पुट करिवार अछि, ताले यार वैल्यू आसिला केते 12. Okay, which is the range of y. So this is all about the measure of dispersion, जो थिरे कि हमें range विषय रे पढ़िला.
Thank you.